Alright, bear with me here, guys. Don't mind the children's toys and shit. We're in the living room. So the expedition tour thing hasn't exactly fallen lost on me. Whatever. Fuck it. My personal life isn't your problem. I said I would make videos. I'm a man of my word. At least finish what I started is something I always said. You know, if you're going to do something, do it right and all that crap. Well, that's actually a bunch of stuff my dad said, but whatever. Point is I started something and I intend to see it through. So this is one of the bins that I keep. Next video hopefully might be probably sometime at some point will be the other bin. Then there's a couple more things. Drill packs. What I call my go bag. Like I said, I'm the person a lot of people rely on to fix things or call when they're in a shitty position or whatever. Sometimes I'll toss something extra in the car. Sometimes if I'm going somewhere, I'll take a bunch of stuff out. Just because of gas and blah, blah, blah. I probably won't need it and this, that, and the other thing, whatever. What I'm going through is stuff that I regularly drive with all the time. I work at a bagel factory. I'm the production plant manager, I think it says on my paycheck, which basically means that I'm the most handsome person there. Other than that, it means that I think that every problem that goes on is my problem. As far as that stuff goes. So it's cool. But I keep a lot of this stuff with me because things are very dynamic there, especially, and everywhere else. You know, it's nice to wake up and in the middle of the night to one of my buddies or one of my aunts or somebody calling me and saying, well, the blah 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 seems to be broken, and you know there's 4 feet of water in the thing. I don't necessarily know what 4 feet of water in the dining room might mean, but I know I can get in my car and be prepared to at least stop it or help or clean it up or something. I don't know. Whatever. So, enough bullshit. Let's go on with this particular bin. Now, keep in mind, a lot of times shit gets moved around and thrown around and tossed here to get to something or whatever. So, it might not quite make sense, which is part of why I've started to do this again, because I'm going to try and reorganize and go through what's what. I've already gone a little bit too long for a video that I like to post, so this is probably going to be pretty quick as far as what's going on in here. But, like I said, there might not be much rhyme or reason to how this is set up, or my car is even set up, because most of the time it's something's fucked up, go get it, fix it, and then toss it back in, and so on and so forth. I guess you guys would understand a lot of that kind of stuff. Whatever. So, obviously for clogs and stuff, it's a little snake. I like these little CLC bags. They're cool. I almost want to put a shaving kit in there. These are just drill bits. I'm not going to go through it. I might go through it in the future. There's some Milwaukee. There's some Bosch. There's more Bosch. I think there's some, obviously these are like titaniums. These are cobalts. Just kind of be prepared for everything. Again, I'm a scout, so, or, I'm Eagle, I guess, whatever. So be prepared is the thing, I guess. Some masonaries. I like these. I love these Daredevil. They're awesome. They're spade bits. These are something I got. I don't know if it was like a Wish, maybe, or something like a Wish app thing, or like an Amazon add-on for like 50 cents. Does it say it on there? I don't know. But it was like a multi-purpose bit, and I was like, well, shit. If I need to drill through some glass, or if I need to, I don't know what the heck I would use this for. Maybe drill through somebody's bone? I don't know. Fuck it. Let's have it. That's cool. It's a long-ass screwdriver. Flathead, no idea what brand it is. I wanted to put it in the big box. If you watch this tour, or whatever it is you want to call it, the big box is a thing that has generally my large tools in it. But I just found this one in the basement, where I found some other some stuff I never thought my dad would even own. That's going to be a different video. Not very well structured. 1/2 inch Harbor Freight, 25 inch. 20, yeah. Yep, that's that guy. That comes in very handy. Husky files, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't look like this has been opened. It looks like it just sits around. It has actually been opened, and I use them all relatively regularly. But I like to keep the stuff in the package because, well, it helps me remember. I always know where it is. It stays organized. It's not loose. Because sometimes you end up with shit like this. I'm sure all the JB Weld is in there, which when I put it back was back in this package, but like I said, stuff gets moved around and it gets weird. Just a little closer. Got caught. Hyper Tough Recip. It was like $27 or $28, I think, which is perfect for what I use it for. It's one of those things that it's cool to have around. And I know most of this stuff I could leave at home and go and get and blah, blah, blah. But the point is that I'm ready and prepared at all times for whatever. And yes, I understand mileage and gas and whatever. Even though my car is a little bit newer and we tend to use it a little bit more, I still don't spend a lot of gas. If we go on a trek or whatever, we'll take the little putt-putt, as I like to call it, the Kia. It's a Sportage. It's not like a small SUV or anything, but it's better on gas mileage and whatever. It's one model year older, but it's a cool car. I really like this Hyper Tough. Like I said, I think I spent like $30 on it, which is awesome because I don't use it a bunch, but when I do, it does come in handy. I think I bought Milwaukee blades for it though, because the tool itself probably made by 5 or 6 other people use that, and put a different name on it, whatever. You know how rebrands work and shit. The blades, I like to generally get better, just like I like to get grinding wheels a little bit better and whatever. It's all bullshit anyway. There's the same 5 companies that own everybody. These little, I guess we call them pinch clamps. I don't know what the hell they're called. Whatever, they're like $9. I have a couple of those. I always keep an extra jacket around, just in the back of the car, for if I'm you know, gets cold, or if I'm working on something, or I have to, you know, go in the refrigerator for 2 hours, even if it's 87 degrees outside or 102. Sometimes, especially at the bagel factory, we have refrigerators or freezers, and you might have to be inside of them. So, and always used to say, you can always shed layers, right? You know, it's never wrong to wear too much. White lithium grease, PB Blaster, Gorilla Glue, WD. Oh look, the lid came off. Sorry for the video itself. I don't have a tripod or anything, so I go back and forth by my hands. And sometimes I have to grab the beer. And I don't like staying still too much, so. I think this is 14 gauge for the air compressor. And I think this only got tossed in because I had the air compressor. It's a little 3-gallon hot dog that I just took out for a side job and put it in there. It never came back out. Kind of a deal. That's generally not in my car. 18-inch Tekton. There it is. This is the first Tekton sight for me for this particular bin. If you don't know, I'm a big fan of those tools. Tekton tools, anyway. That's what I mean. Zip ties. Long 24-inch, 14-inch, half. Whatever. You can never have too many zip ties. Chalk line. Well, it's cool. I'm glad I did this because this plumber's putty has the lid taken off and the first 5 or 6 inches are dried the fuck out. Victim of the time, I guess. Just 4 or 5 rags folded up there. Another clippy. Another pry bar. This is a Vaughn. I do prefer to buy USA made if, when, and where I can. Sometimes it doesn't make sense, but I like to have that. That's just a personal thing. Not one of those, my dad was a union guy, but I'm not one of those, America motherfuckers or whatever. I don't know what you would call it. Harbor Freight punch chisels. Let's speed this up, Dan. A Bear Grylls knife that I got probably from, I don't know, Walmart or Kmart or something. What's cool about this one is, I don't know if I could do it with just my one hand. I haven't even used this knife for anything in a while because most of the time I have another knife in my glove box or shoulder rest or whatever you want to call it. It's got a striker here for the flint and steel. Obviously, there's a blade, the serrated little emergency whistle. There's the steel for the, or the flint for the flint and steel. On the back, there is, down here, a sharpener, which I've probably never used. It's not a real sharpener. How to do Morse code, and I can't remember what it's called, but I know how to do it. Oh no, it doesn't have C4 on. C4, whatever the flag thing is called. I don't know. You know, there are people that probably wouldn't even recognize that shit anymore. But I wanted it as a scout or whatever. Again, I say that's cool. This is going to be the longest video I've ever made, probably. Jumper cables. blades for the saw. Harbor Freight wrenches. Another clip. Another clip. Tekton pry bar. I love this pry bar. I use it a lot. I think it's made by Western Forge, which is the same ones that make the Craftsman. Whatever. Wire brush. The other half of the Pittsburgh wrench set. Another clip. These